the top stars from Hollywood and from all over the world to entertain you on a giant screen with the few colorful motion pictures you've been hearing about and reading
It's
about.
showtime, folks. Enjoy the show.
We're delighted to have you with us. They're driving theater.
You'll find something to please you to add to your evening's enjoyment.
Is pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Drive-In Speaker Box. It is Monday night. It is another night. You'll see that I am by myself here in the studio at the moment, but Jake was feeling a little bit under the weather, but with the magic of technology, we're bringing him back. I think we had it all working just fine, but where is he? It's him. It's Jake. He's back. What's up? He's there. He's remote for those of you that are joining us live. For those of you that are downloading the podcast, you will never ever know, hopefully, that he was remote. You'll never see the inside of his Klingon warship that he's sitting in next to me. But as always, I'm your host, Bo, the boom operator.
I'm Slick Doggy the Grip.
And we're going to be talking about movies tonight. So we're going to be, it's been a week, with Jake being under the weather. He did not get to go see a movie in the theaters, but I went and saw the new Now You See Me, Now You Don't. I'll be talking about that later in the show. And yeah, I upgraded to Zoom Premium for this show so that it wouldn't get cut off at like the 40-minute mark, which would have already happened because we've been doing a long pre-show. So yeah, you're welcome, ladies and gentlemen, for me investing in you. So, did you see something there?
I'm trying to see what Vince said. It seems like he said something awful.
Oh, gotcha. Well, before we get into that, I mean, obviously, it's been a week and news happens every single week. There has been, people wondering how Now You See Me, Now You Don't made so much money at the box office, even though it didn't make a whole lot of money at the box. It was like number one. It's like, oh, it dominated the box office. But we're gonna,
against what?
Exactly. But a lot of people talking about, Welcome to Derry. People really digging that. The Running Man did not have the opening that people asked for or thought it was going to have, despite being an Edgar Wright adaptation. I'm going to try and see that movie this week, but I haven't seen it yet, so I cannot speak on it yet. But
I have not seen anything good about it.
Well, that sucks. But yeah, I didn't catch a whole lot of huge news other than just like, a lot of people talking about like Netflix's animated film In Your Dreams, feeling like more of a Pixar movie than the last handful of Pixar movies that have come out feel. I haven't seen it, but it looks very Pixar. But it's probably something we need to review. But one of our viewer on Twitch is like the camera angle. It looks like I'm a ventriloquist here, controlling Jake through my little TV here. But yeah, did you have any news there, Jake, in your deal?
Yeah, man, we got a couple of trailers. There is the Moana live action trailer that was released.
Oh God, I didn't see it.
It looks like a worse version of Moana. The chicken looks exactly the same. So there's that.
Why? Just why? Why do we just keep making the world a worse place to be? It's like everything's better than it ever should be, but it's worse than it's ever been. And that's, that I think is loud for movies. I was talking to somebody the other day. They went and they saw Predator Badlands. Then they're like, yeah, I went on a deep dive, started watching all the Alien and Predator movies again, and blah, blah, blah. And they were like, yeah, AVP is actually way better now than it was when I first watched it, because everything that we see now sucks so bad that I go back and watch that. And I'm like, well, it's not as bad as the last 10 that I've watched.
That's like everyone looking at episode 3 now and being like, we had it good with episode 3.
Yeah, what were we complaining about? It just keeps getting so bad. Vince over on Twitch comments. He says the new Knives Out trailer is out. I have not.
Oh, I hadn't seen that. I hadn't seen
I
the
haven't had the time to pontificate this nonsense. I can't even do his crappy, like, bad Georgia lawyer because I'm actually Southern, and whatever his, like, it's funny, and I like the first movie, but I didn't like Glass Onion very much. And
I thought Glass Onion was fine.
his
I
go ahead.
I think Benoit Blanc is fine.
No, Benoit Blanc is fine. I mean, he's a low budget Agatha Christie, character, but I just, his Yosemite, not is it, no, what's the other one?
Foghorn Leghorn.
Foghorn Leghorn. Yeah, his Foghorn Leghorn detective agency having, whatever, is just, I cannot take it seriously.
He did go full Foghorn Leghorn in Glass Onion, where he's like, "It's just dumb." Like,
Why I never did see a bullet shooting pistol of this nature. And you're
Yeah.
like, what the hell? Who?
you're right that he went full Foghorn Leghorn in that. He's like, now, boy, you see, it's just dumb. Yeah, he did go full.
You're a
Foghorn
chicken
Leghorn.
hawk. Like,
Well, speaking of stuff that was dumb too, in addition to the Moana trailer, there was also a Legend of Zelda video and photos from its movie
well,
that's being made.
excuse me, princess. Like, for
Well,
real? Okay.
So this time, they are going, uh, they're going full dumb with it. And it is very clearly based on Tears of the Kingdom rather than anything else in the long history of Zelda. So Zelda is also an action star in it as Zelda with a bow and arrow. Not like Sheik, not like Princess Zelda being super badass, but it is like Warrior Zelda and then Link who's just kind of sitting in the background as a putz in the photos. So it's like, what's the purpose of Link if Zelda can do everything without him?
Exactly.
So
But hey, it's the times we live in, man. Link doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Link is the link to this telling of the story, I guess. He's the
Yeah.
link to the viewer or the audience now.
I don't know what kind of intrigue there's supposed to be in a story that is the open world crafting version of Zelda rather than one of like the
dun 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 dun
stories. Yeah,
dun dun dun
something about like the hero of time, the hero of ages, like the indomitable hero that is Link, who's the centerpiece of the Legend of Zelda. When you have both of them just going out and both fighting, you don't. It doesn't work that way. I
I
don't.
bet it's gonna sell a ton of toys though, and that's what matters.
Yeah,
I
it's gonna
say,
sell all those.
as long as the check clears, then I guess they're doing what they wanted to do. So
Well, and talking stupid video game things, there's a Terry Crews is wanting Call of Duty movies for him to be in. But the dumbest thing I saw in this article was that it said that Call of Duty was a Gears of War rival. And I don't think that a third person cover shooter and a FPS are close enough of the same thing to be considered rival games.
yeah,
So
and
I don't know.
I mean, that's, if you really want to get nitpickety about it, all of it is because everybody wanted to make what was it? Doom plus what was the Sierra one that came out that was like all the cancer monsters running around. You know what I'm talking about? Somebody. So cannot
Yes.
believe I cannot forget about this one. It was a huge game, huge. It was
Who
like
plays it?
it was a single word Come on,
It's
Merle in
dude,
the
I know what you're
comments.
talking about. It's like Doom. What is it that old Fundamentals plays? He plays that game.
It's something stupid. It's like the oh God, Half Life. That's what I'm
Oh,
talking about. I'm talking about Half Life.
oh no.
You're talking about the one that the Unreal, like
No.
everybody plays that. But I mean,
No, Unreal Tournament's
no,
sick.
it was Half Life. Everything.
Quake
Oh,
is
Quake.
exactly what I
Quake
was
is
thinking.
because Quake was Quake.
Thanks, Merle.
Quake came down, and Quake and Unreal, obviously, because Unreal, changed the game with their engine, obviously. But it was Doom and Half Life, because Half Life, like Doom, you're just running around and you're shooting, and but Half Life added this extra layer of storytelling and exploration and puzzle solving that had not been found before in a Duke Nukem or a Doom or Quake or Hexen or any of what's the other one, the Wolfenstein.
Hmm.
Those were all kind of just like run around, bang bang bang, upgrade guns, bang bang bang, and then you get to the end of the maze. But Half Life was like, oh, hang on a second, this has a story, this has puzzles, this has a lot of it, and so I equate all of that to Doom and Half Life.
Dark Forces had a story.
But Dark Forces came way after Half Life. Hang on. Let's see. Let's go. Because I could be wrong. I don't know. Half Life original release date. So November 19th, 1998. Okay. So
Dark Forces, according to Google AI, was February of '95.
so I guess Dark Forces did have a little bit of an earlier start there.
Yeah, man.
Well. LucasArts. Don't sleep on LucasArts. I always forget about. Like, what was the other TIE Fighter game? That game was so freaking cool. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I played TIE Fighter so much.
TIE Fighter was cool. X-Wing was sick. X-Wing, you got to be in an A-Wing, and the A-Wing had the
The bombs.
homing missiles, the concussion missiles that were super cool. Yeah.
Oh, hang on a second.
Hey, what do you? It depends on what you're looking up, because I got this blast from the '90s past news.
Yeah, you can hit me with it.
Turtles 3, Ninja Turtles 3. You know, the one where they go back in time
Is
to
that with the time
feudal
lanterns?
Japan,
Yeah.
and then the samurai are transported back to the '90s.
I mean,
In
arguably
only
some of the best action figures that they ever made, but the worst movie they ever made.
worst movie, especially because you just have like four naked Japanese guys running around New York for the first half of the movie. But it's getting a 4K release on Arrow video. So you know how you
It,
do not like 4K stuff a lot of the time?
yeah, you don't need 4K of that.
You do not need 4K. This is one I'm
No, you
totally
don't
on
need
board with
you don't
you
need
of,
4K of that.
which is that 4K Ninja Turtles 3 does not need to be a thing.
You don't need
What
that.
is in that movie that I need to witness in 4K? Nothing.
Nothing.
Because the suits are bad in that movie too. They're
It,
not as good as in the
in the
first
first
two
two,
movies.
yeah, the budget went down and the expectations went up, and yeah, it was that movie was poop.
Original Turtles in 4K, I can see that, especially like
I don't want to
the
see that.
horror movie Donatello, where he goes ha, and you see the human mouth inside of the turtle mouth.
I don't.
And
Yeah, but I don't want to see that. I want it to be. I want like. I rewatched Ninja Turtles. I think I went to see it in the theater recently when it had that re-release, and there was
Hmm.
something about it being grainy and fuzzy and dark and gritty like New York, and
You're
things are
not going
just
to lose that going to
no.
4K.
Every time I see 4K, it's like crispy, and there's none of
No,
that fuzzy softness, and I
no,
I don't want
you
it.
won't lose that real film um, artifacts in a 4K
All right, well,
presentation.
hang on. TMNT 4K versus standard def. Let's see if I can find a standard
The
def.
4K is just getting it closer to how it would have been presented or well, I guess
No,
a
not
little
at
better
all.
than how it would have been presented in the theater at that
I'm
time.
looking. I want to find a 4K screen grab of the turtles.
But you're not going to lose that indexing, and you're not going to lose the artifacts that are in the film. You'll still keep that real film visual feel to it.
I don't know if this
There
is.
will still be that um, tactility, the visual tactility to it.
Do I still? Is this?
Just because it's in 4K doesn't mean you lose that, bro.
I don't know. I've just not been very happy. Maybe it's because every time I watch something that's 4K, I am also watching it on someone's TV that is like got the settings all absolutely kerfuffled, and I hate it.
Maybe you're right.
Um,
Because, dude, Total Recall in 4K, perfect, amazing, incredible, loved it.
even the three boobs,
Yeah, man.
they were better in 4K.
Even the dude whose like face is like his skin doing like
Got a lot of nerve
like-
showing your face in here. I'm talking.
yeah. So anyhow,
That was the guy
Turtles-
that was the guy that was the detective, the cop in Breaking Bad. The fat guy with the bald head.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
you're totally right.
yeah,
He was a thin man back then, huh?
he was. I know. Merle on Twitch asks, "Oh God, the true motion, real motion. How do people do
Dude,
that?"
motion blur.
I don't
There's
know.
been so many times where I've gone to someone's place and their TV, I'm like, how do you watch it like this? And they're just so used to it. And when I turn that shit off, they're like, oh, wow. Or what's worse is when I turn that shit off and they're like, I don't see a
Can't
difference.
tell a difference. So I mean, that's a part of.
Well, go to a fucking eye doctor, dude.
Yeah, that's something that with movies and media and how movies are now turning into content. Like people are paying attention to less, and the way that we consume media on our phone, we're not absorbing media in the same way. We're not sitting and focusing and paying attention to things because our attention spans have gotten so short. People aren't paying attention to details as much as they used to. So when they see that, they're like, I don't know what you're talking about because I'm not even really looking at it to start with. But, people that grew up just like obsessing over movies and watching them and loving them, you're being immersed in this. You're paying attention to this world that's created. And most people nowadays are just like, I'm just scrolling. I've got it in the background while I'm doom scrolling and then making dinner and door dashing and it's in a sub window of my phone that I watch this movie, so it's like whatever.
Is that a real thing people do in a minimized window?
Yeah, I'm just like
Watch.
like how you can watch YouTube like in the bottom, just like in the bottom corner and it's still playing.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, screw that. Like that's what it you can't get a real movie by watching it on your fucking cell phone, says David Lynch. Vince over on Twitch says, my new pet peeve about movies is subtitles, mostly foreign films, where the subtitle color is the same as the background. They are unreadable.
Dude,
that is frustrating.
There's been a couple of Chinese movies I watched where they have white subtitles and just the brightest scenes on earth. And they're saying some of the most vital stuff in the entire movie. And you're like, I guess I'll just never know what the hell is going on.
No, you won't. No, you won't.
Well, you know what? Talking about other things that they just need to leave the hell alone. There is a new team for another Star Trek reboot.
A reboot?
Yep.
Why can't it just be like another... This is what I don't understand about Star Trek. Why can't they just expand on this extremely huge universe? Like, it's one of the few, like, universes out there that actually takes place in universes, which are humongous, and you could literally do it. It could be any other ship, it could be any other whatever. You could just pick one and be like, well, we're going to the Delta Quadrant and we're gonna go do science and go on adventures and have sex with aliens and dock at DS9 and put in little Easter eggs that you might like, and you don't need to reboot things. Like, why?
Just because, man, Paramount wants that money. But they got the guys who did the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Oh, God.
The, what was that? Honor Among
Yeah,
Thieves
Honor
or
Among
whatever.
Thieves. So are they going to have Chris Pine, like, play a different...
No. So that was the whole thing, is that the characters from the J.J. Abrams will, or the actors from the J.J. Abrams will not be returning. So
is it going to be a new movie or or a new
Yeah,
show?
new movie.
God, for real? And they're
Yeah,
going to do the
new
same
movie.
thing. It's going to be
These are the voyagers of the Starship Enterprise. Well, mission to the fourth group of people to do the same shit that you've seen over and over and over. This time with more action.
with even more action and less science.
Yep.
Oh
So,
God, no.
yep, that's a thing that's
I don't want
happening.
it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't need that. Nobody asked for that.
Nothing that Star Trek does anymore is anything that anyone wants. They're like, we'll give you Picard, but it's going to be super lame. And you're like, well, that sucks. And they're like, and we're going to give you Starfleet Academy, and it's going to have friggin' characters that literally can't exist because of all the explanations we gave in the series.
In
that
every
they
other
picked from.
series, yeah.
Yeah. But it's 1,000 years in the future, and you don't know what's going to happen.
Oh God.
You know, they could have grown penises and turned into a species that could have sex by now. You don't know.
You don't
like,
know.
The characters that you did that with die in 20 years, and they were gone. They were deleted.
But
They're
you
done.
don't. But you don't
can't
know.
do that.
You
And
know,
they're like,
because space, the final frontier.
yeah.
Did you
So-
see that link that I sent you the other day, Jake? I don't think you did because I sent it in a group chat.
I started to watch it, and it was like 15 minutes long.
It's a
and
whole episode. It's a whole episode, and it's great.
I was sick, so I was like,
That's a perfect time. So I sent Jake. I sent him this link, and it's a fairly new. It's only a couple of weeks old, but they re-edit episodes of The Sopranos with episodes of Star Trek TNG to make one episode of Star Trek Sopranos, and
it was funny
so
that every time
good.
they talked to old Tony Soprano and he's the captain, all of his reactions are just like blank stares or like sighs, and everyone's like, "Got it, Captain." Like,
Well,
that was
did
pretty
you
good.
get to the part where he was trying to call his on the communicators and they were getting all the interference? He's like, "Ah, son of a," and it's like, "Kill keep," and it was really good. I think you do. If you're sick and not doing anything, I think you need to watch it. Yes, I will put this in the Discord. I will put it in the Discord.
Well, that was because
right
it was
now,
watching
so I don't forget.
It was watching it on my phone. I didn't want to sit there with my phone. Like One Piece, I had on TV. I was watching One Piece like crazy, but it's sitting there looking at my phone. I wasn't able to do that so much.
Well, it's definitely worth a watch, and if you want to watch it, I just I gave you a YouTube or a Facebook link. That's not what I wanted. I'm going to do this, and while we do this, let's do something else. Let's talk about movies that are coming out.
Well, here I'm going to hit
later.
you with the rest of this news real quick.
Yeah, do it.
The SAG-AFTRA Awards have been renamed. They're now the Actor Awards, and that
What?
way that the 190 plus countries that it gets broadcast in will immediately recognize what it is instead of them trying to figure out what all those English acronyms are. So
okay.
they're now the Actor Awards presented by SAG-AFTRA.
Presented by PetSmart. Or
Yeah. Sony acquired the rights to make a Labubu movie. That's going to be the thing. So
okay. Yeah.
I'm
just gonna let that. I'm gonna let that just
Yeah.
sit for a minute.
That's a thing.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Something that I thought was really funny. You know how they talked real big shit about how James Gunn's Superman was this runaway success and that Zack Snyder's Superman and DC could just suck it, and they're like, "Oh, screw you, Zack Snyder universe. Piss on you. You suck." Well, someone tweeted out this thing that showed the box office of the two side by side. And in 2013, the average movie ticket was $8.13. And today it's $16.08. So nearly exactly double the price. And yet the new Superman grossed $585 million, whereas Zack Snyder's was $670 million. And there were 82.5 million tickets sold to Zack Snyder's Superman and only 36.3 for the new Superman. Less than half the people went, but because the ticket prices are doubled, without inflation, they're like pretty close ish, but there was more than double people went out of the way to go to the movie theater for Zack Snyder's, and it was big news
That's
because
because
Zack
back then
Snyder's,
we still
well,
believed in it.
yeah, he liked the post, and that's like a funny thing because James Gunn's on the internet, and and then it was also just like get screwed, uh, trailer that one of our good viewers, our mod here, Vince sent to us in Discord. It was released, the new SS Rajamouli movie, which means it's probably not Bollywood, but more than likely Telugu. He does Telugu and Tamil films primarily. Um, but it is, what's that called? So that I don't mispronounce it, Varanasi. And it looks like it's a time spanning epic because the trailer doesn't give you much information, but it has like the year 2070, where like or 2027, something like that, where like an asteroid crashes on Earth, and it goes back to 7200 BC, where these like Indian gods are fighting in these wars, and all this time in between. But the trailer would make you think it's all ancient stuff,
Hmm.
but there is a movie poster with Priyanka Chopra, and she's holding like a gun, like it takes place in the future. So there's going to be some sort of time connection, something or another going on there. Uh, Looks cool. It'll probably be sick. SS Rajamouli is really good. And then I think that's it. I think that's what I got.
Right on. Well, with that, we need to talk about what's coming out in theaters this week because it's that time. Tell you about the new releases coming out, and maybe there's a little movie that you heard of because everybody's been buying tickets to it. But Wicked for Good comes out this weekend, so it's going to probably absolutely obliterate the box office. Um,
Wicked's one of the only movies I fell asleep in during, or fell asleep during in the movie theater.
I mean, it's good. It's fine. It was a good movie. It's a good book. It's a good stage play. It's if you love it, you love it. If you don't, it's not your thing. As far as musicals go, it's one of the few I'll tolerate on screen. But it's coming out in theaters this week, and yeah, you can check it out right there. Also, we've got Sisu Road to Revenge. We talked about that being odd. That's coming like a sequel somehow to this movie.
Have you
But
seen the trailer for it?
I have, yeah, and I mean, it looks fun for me. I'll probably try and see it. But that one's coming out. Stephen Lang, just doing Stephen
As
Lang
a
things.
Russian?
Yeah, doing Stephen Lang things. And then we got Rental Family coming out, which is directed and written by Japanese director Hikari, goes just by that name. But it's the Brendan Fraser movie where he is kind of this actor in Tokyo trying to work for this Japanese rental family agency and playing in like these stand-in roles for strangers. It's one of those like human connection movies. Looks pretty good.
It does look good.
I mean, Brendan Fraser's great. And then the last one that's probably not going to get wide release, but I do want to mention it because it's Tom Felton, and you just don't see him very much. It's called Altered. It's some sci-fi goofiness with no one really of note in this movie, but Tom Felton, who, if you don't know him, he was Draco Malfoy in all the Harry Potter movies, and it just looks like straight to DVD stuff, but that straight to DVD isn't a thing anymore. So
You see that he appeared as he reprised the role of Draco in the Cursed Child,
yeah,
and people lost their mind.
yeah. I mean, Cursed Child, I have not seen it. My mother and sister have seen it on Broadway, and I just got the Harry Potter pinball machine in at Pinpoint this past week. It's very cool, and there is a secret Cursed Child mode if you collect all the Horcruxes and complete all the other modes. So pretty cool stuff. But those are your new releases. I mean, you got Wicked, which everyone is gonna go see this. Like the other movies that are out right now, I mean, like Now You See Me, Running Man, Predator, everyone's like, who cares? Like, these are all going to get knocked down by a long shot. You're not going to really get a chance to, if any of those movies you want to see, in theaters, you need to go see those now, because if you don't, then they're not going to be here this Thursday. So you got Tuesday and Wednesday to go see any movie that was previously in theaters. But speaking of movies that were previously in theaters, let's talk about the one that I saw. I was going to go see Running Man, but I went instead for more of a feel-good chewing gum, popcorn, whatever, sequel to Now You See Me. Now You See Me, 2013. I can't believe it's been, it's been 12 years since the original Now You See Me. And then Now You See Me 2 came out in 2016. And then Now You See Me, Now You See Me, Now You Don't came out this year and takes place 10 years after Now You See Me 2. So, and as Vince just mentioned on Twitch, I also hate Glenn Powell, which is correct. Not a fan of his smug SOB, like every bully that ever was a dickhead to me in high school face that he has. But Now You See Me, Now You Don't. I think I want to start this review by saying this is not a good movie. I did not dislike watching this movie, right? This movie scratched a lot of just fun, heisty, silly itches for me, and I think that the first movie did too. I think I'm a little too personally connected to the source material to not just kind of enjoy this, because
Is this your card?
Well, because my uncle was a performing magician and he had a magic shop, and in Alabama growing up, I would spend a lot of time in this. It was a florist that had a big magic counter. It's called Balloon Above and Florist in Decatur, Alabama. It's no longer there, of course. But, I spent a lot of time, like, growing up around, like, magic tricks. And, not like the crap you'd buy at Walmart or whatever, and it's like a foam ball that you never really use. But, like legit tricks, and, like, trying to learn how to do it. I was terrible at sleight of hand. But I really enjoyed magic until I found out that if you really pursue magic, you will never pursue vaginas. And it's just one of those things that, I was like, well, maybe the pursuit of women is better than the pursuit of trying to, make a card disappear. But Now You See Me, Now You Don't combines two things that I really like, or used to like, and it's silly heist movies, the "you son of a bitch, I'm in" formula, and magic tricks, right? And this movie is dumb. This movie is like every bit as silly as you think it would be. It's a getting the gang back together, sort of like, I'm too old for this shit. We cross paths. I can't even believe you're in the same room. Oh, who invited you? And then by the end of it, they're a family again, right? But
no Lizzie Kaplan though, right?
no, she comes back. Like they get them all. They get the all every last one of them. She's kind of like the late one that they're like, oh, and it's Lizzie Kaplan who comes in and saves the day in this one scene, and it's hilarious because she's hilarious. So they get them all, and it's one of those things that you get a little bit of Morgan Freeman. You even get a little cameo of Mark Ruffalo at the end, and you get a lot of Jesse Eisenberg. But then you get a lot of these damn kids. And that's where some of the movie started to get really predictable, because the first two movies, of course, these movies are predictable, right? Don't get me wrong. You know that they're going to win. You know that the heist is going to be a thing. And, there's going to be some sort of twist at the end of how did they do it. And you get this really... I can't tell if it was an amazing performance or the worst performance I've ever seen from Rosamund Pike, who I think is a pretty talented actress, but she's playing Veronica Vanderberg, the most evil German diamond empress who also runs Monaco GP cars. And it's like the worst generic Euro bad guy accent I've ever seen. And once you get past it, you start to want more of it. Like, it's like junk food. You're like, oh, it's so bad, but can I get a little bit more of it? And
she does like the Dieter from Sprocket.
She is Dieter from Sprocket. Would you like to see my diamond? Oh, isn't it shiny? Oh, so shiny diamond. And oh my gosh, my magic stealing diamonds. And it's so bad, but you cannot get enough of it because Rosamund Pike's, she's good. She's good. And so I think that that she's either the worst actress in this role or is an absolute genius. And then you get this new cast of people. You get this kid Dominic Sessa, who was in Sessa on screen. I didn't like him at all. But you got Ariana Greenblatt, who was like the scrappy young, like, you know, person of color version of the team. And then of course the main character comes along, and it's what's his name? I'm drawing a blank. He's in everything right now. Oh geez, I need to look it up because I'm not looking at good notes here. The kid in when I saw it was like The Hustle. What was that? Was it The Hustle? What's the kid with the fro that was in? Help me out, Jake. Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, what's his name?
The Pokemon. His name is.
What's his name?
It's like, his name is Screamy McGee. He was in Jurassic World 2 or 3
Justice Smith. I knew it was a Smith.
There it is.
Justice Smith. Yeah, I want to be like, it's not Willow Smith, it's another Smith. But Justice Smith. And he's kind of like the low key
I was pretty close with Screamy McGee.
I mean, that's not bad. But he's like this, like, oh, you'll never expect or suspect the like nerdy, like whatever kid, but it's telegraphed. It's like, you know, he's the brains the whole freaking time. Like, you just know he's the brains. So once you kind of figure out the trick, it loses its magic just a little bit. And so I feel like it was a little too long. It dipped a little bit in the middle by about 15 or 20 minutes because it did have a substantial runtime that I didn't expect. It was an hour and 53 minutes. This movie could have very easily been an hour and a half and been tight and fun and made sense. But, you know, I thought, all things considered, the thing about the Now You See Me movies is they are just as hammy as a magic show. And that's something you have to understand going into it, where they're like, and presenting us now. And it's like all a bunch of dudes you want to give wedgies to, but they're the heroes of the movie. And so you have to realize that you're getting into watching some stuff. And as James on Facebook just said, 90-minute movies are the best. This one should have been a 90-minute movie. If it was a 90-minute movie, I think it would have been fantastic. But I think by trying to stretch out the runtime to 2 hours, it made a very dark dip that you're just like, oh, when is this movie going to end? But then the ending was fun and wholesome, and you know, you got the MacGuffin ending where you figure out how it was all done, and you're like, all right, okay, that was fun. So ultimately, I would not recommend this movie to anybody that didn't kind of enjoy the first two. It is a movie that you can watch without watching the first two, because it's just, you understand that these people are magicians that haven't been performing for 10 years, and then they get somehow summoned back out of retirement from these new kids that try to steal their identities, and then hijinks ensue. So it's doing okay this week at the box office, but that's not going to last. This movie could have easily been a Amazon Prime or Netflix original, and it would have not been anymore. This is not a movie you need to see in a theater by any stretch of the imagination. Was it fun? Sure. Was it great? No. But it scratched the itch. So, yeah, that's about all I had to say about it. I really, really hated the Bosco character, though. He sucked. I couldn't stand it. And mainly because he reminded me of some people I know in real life. And just like, I just want to, like, just punch his face.
Is that the Justice Smith one?
No, he was the impersonator guy. Because, you know, each one of these magicians like specializes in their own magic. You know, because like Jesse Eisenberg is like the David Copperfield, right? You know, he's the string puller. But then you've got Woody Harrelson, who's like the mentalist, and then you've got what's her name?
Isla Fisher.
No, yeah, Isla Fisher. She's the stunt one, like, you know, the escape artist. And then Dave Franco's like the card tricks and lock picker. And then, you know, with the new kid, you've got the Justice Smith, who's like creates the stuff, but he's not the guy on stage. But then you've got Bosco, who's he's the stage guy and does all the impersonations. And then you got the young like Hispanic girl who is, you know, she's the pickpocket or whatever. And so they all have their own like little magics whatevers, and it's not a great movie, and as some people said in the comments there, James just said on Facebook, first one was meh. it's a heist movie, and it's not an amazing heist movie, but it's got a great cast. And if you like magic tricks, then it's fun. I mean, one of the things that I did enjoy about this movie, as a person who was a fan of magic and magicians for a big portion of my life, they reference a lot of really famous magicians and a lot of famous tricks. Like the famous, like, there was a Nazi Germany, like World War II stunt that they used a magician to help, like, foil Nazis, which was like a real thing, and like Houdini stuff, and the great bullet catch, which is like from another famous magician, and certain David Copperfield illusions that really existed and were really like cool things, and they make reference to these things, and it's very fucking nerdy. But
Magicians.
yeah,
That's pretty good.
magicians. So I mean, I'm not telling anybody to go see this movie. Like, if it's your cup of tea, then it is, but I don't expect it. You'll probably want to add sugar. But I mean, if anything, go for Rosamund Pike's German accent. Like, that's the one you need to go see. Her diamond is so shiny. Her shiny evil diamond. Ugh, so bad.
Would you like to touch my diamond?
Would you like
No,
to touch my
don't touch
diamond? Don't. No, do not touch. Do not touch it. Anyway, Now You See Me, Now You Don't, in theaters right now. You can check it out. Okay, well, now that that's done, let's just go ahead and move right into the box office report and put a cork in this thing. We've been up here for a hot minute. So Jake, obviously, and is remote, but he does still have access to information. So he's going to give you the box office report for this past weekend, November 14th through 16th, 2025. As always, we're going to do the top 10 movies in America. We'll throw in some worldwide numbers maybe if Jake wants to go through that. But since we're not sitting in the same room, I'm letting him drive. So go for it, Jake. Take it away, man.
Well, yeah. So we got here for this past weekend at number 11, Wicked, 52 weeks out. So Wicked made a return. How crazy is that?
It did.
So it brought in $1.2 million. Just thought that was worth mentioning there. And then at number 10, Chainsaw Man, the movie Reze Arc, $1.5 million, 4 weeks out, bringing it up to 41.1 million bucks. And then at number 9, Begonia, that is also been out for 4 weeks, brought in $1.6 million, bringing it up to just under 16 million bucks so far. You know what? If I could figure out on my tablet here how to open up the
It's creating a new window and going back and doing all that stuff. But you don't have to. We can do domestic. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. And then at number 8, Sarah's Oil. That one being an Amazon movie. $2.2 million brought in by that one, bringing it up to 8.6 million so far. I really didn't expect it to get that much movie, but I guess it's about the only kids movie out there.
Yeah, true.
And then at number 7, Nuremberg, second week out. Just under $2.5 million brought in by that one, despite the fact that it gained 28 theaters.
Yeah,
it's still in less than half the theaters out there.
It's just not getting a lot of traction though.
No, but I'm sure that's going to be like an awards thing for sure.
Well, everybody likes those historical sad ones.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the cast that it has in it, definitely. It's like, what is it? Russell Crowe and the Hulk.
Yeah.
Mark Ruffalo and Rami Malek.
Mm-hmm.
But then, at number 6, opening at number 6, Keeper, $2.5 million brought in by that one. And then staying in the top 5, Black Phone 2.
That I can't believe, but
Yeah,
I also can at the same time.
It really benefited from nothing being in the theater. Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. $2.7 million brought in by Black Phone 2. 5th week out has brought it up to almost 75 million bucks.
Well, and it added 53 in a domestic international market, so it's 127 so far.
Oh yeah, wow, dang. Good job, Black Phone 2. And then at number 4, dropping from the number 2 spot, Regretting You, and its 4th week out, brought in $3.7 million. Bringing it up to 44.7 here in the U.S. And then losing the top spot, getting its dumb ass kicked right out of that top spot. Predator Badlands brought in $12.7 million, bringing its 2 week total up to 66 million bucks. But hey, man, every single article you read about this says absolutely crushing it. New records, set another new record.
It did
What?
make 70 more million internationally. So 136 for a Disney fun time Predator shoot 'em up. That's
Yeah, but
that's
like,
every review I've said is like, it's a Predator movie you can take the kids to.
that's not what Predators.
I don't
for.
want to see a Predator movie that I take my kids to.
Yeah, that's not what Predators for. And then at number 2, opening at the number 2 spot, wow, The Running Man, $16.5 million for its opening weekend. Dang. And
Yeah.
then
It didn't do too well internationally either, so yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things where you take something that's already, like, I get that they're making it closer to the book, but still not close to the book. But when you do something like that, and now that same story has been used so many times in different movies, it re- and it was done right
Yeah.
the first time. Yeah, it's not gonna gain you that audience.
Yeah.
And then take
Correction in
oh, go
the
ahead.
comments there. Movie Albert over on Twitch. What's up, man? He said Mark Ruffalo is not in Nuremberg. I'm pretty sure that was just a slip because we were just talking about Mark Ruffalo from Now You See Me.
Who
So
who is it that I'm thinking of? Because there was someone big in that movie that they
there was a
said
bunch of people big in that movie.
there's someone really big in it where they
Michael
shared a
Shannon?
lot of scenes with Russell Crowe, and I saw an
You
interview.
talking about Michael
and
Shannon?
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, probably.
yeah. We were just talking about him, so I was thinking. And then, hey man, I'm sick. Got to cut me some leeway, bro. But then taking the number 1 spot, Now You See Me, Now You Don't. $21 million opening.
It did
for that.
huge overseas though. That's the crazy part. It did 54 million overseas. It did double what it did here.
What's wild is that none of these movies, the movie in the most theaters is Predator in 3,700 theaters.
Yeah.
And Now You See Me's only in 34, and The Running Man is in 35.
Its per theater average for Now You See Me was way better than I thought it was going to be. I think it's also just because there's nothing really out there. And Now You See Me is also a movie that you can take the kids to. It's just like, oh, it's magic trick. Oh, and there's enough action that the adults are engaged too. So I bet it was that kind of perfect little formula of like, yeah, it's a crowd pleaser, it's a vanilla crowd pleaser. It's a cheese pizza. You know, it's like everyone's like, yeah, I'll eat that, but I'm not like, I'd really like this. But if this is what you got, there you go.
There it is.
Cheese pizza.
James said that I should have a Bill and Ted phone booth background. Listen, man, if I would have thought about having the phone booth background and with Rufus outside of
Just
the what is it? The
7-Eleven
K,
or
the
Circle
Super
K.
K? Circle K, yeah.
things afoot at the Circle K.
I probably would have done that, but
Well, on
there
that
it is.
note,
That was the box office, man. Not too many dollars being
not a lot of dollars.
flung around out there.
Well, in the words of Bill and Ted, be excellent to each other and party on, dudes. That's our show. We're gonna wrap it up a little bit early tonight. I still got some stuff I got to do. I really need to just do some laundry. I need to do domestic duties. So I'm gonna get out of here, and Jake's gonna go heal up and take more medicine. And yeah, we'll probably be back next week. There are things that I want to check out. Yeah, you got the Ricolas up there.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in as always. If you want to like and subscribe wherever it is you like and subscribe, you can do that. It's real easy to do. You just go to our, Linktree, driveandspeakerbox.com. You can join the Discord. You can do all that fun stuff. And we'll see you next week. Later.
Good.
As you leave the theater, folks, please be careful. Don't let this happen to your car. Be sure to remove the speaker before you leave. If you should accidentally pull a speaker loose, please turn it in at our snack bar or box office. Thank you.